Yeah, I just don't know where this is going to go. As a Dallas Cowboys fan, this is a little disheartening for me because we have a lot of drama, a lot of news stories, not a lot of action. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Exertion Sports. My name's Cody.
And I'm Myles.
And today we've got some news for you. All right, so first story of the day. Looks like Dak Prescott asked for upwards of $40 million from Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys.
So I get this to an extent, right? So there's a lot that goes into this. So when you go into a contract negotiation, the first thing that you're always going to do is you're going to ask for some ridiculous high number. This is like if you were to negotiate a price or anything, you're going to ask for a really low number first so that you can kind of get more, you know what I'm saying, or get it cheaper.
Trying to get as much as you can
for it. Exactly. So he's kind of doing that, but at the same time, like, that's more than anyone in the league. As we know, the highest paid quarterback currently is Russell Wilson.
35 million?
35 million, yes. And he's with this contract, it looks like he's going to be top 5 paid quarterback. In the top 5, rounding out the top 5 is Matt Ryan, who gets 30 mil. See, the thing is if they franchise tag him, it's going to be around $30 million anyway.
Yeah.
So he's not going to take less than 30 mil. And then when you compare that to Carson Wentz, who's also in his division, who is the one that Dak is compared to the most in regards to skill, how much they're getting paid and everything like that, he gets 32 mil a year. So there won't usually what happens year to year. The biggest issue is the Cowboys didn't get the deal done sooner. That's why they're going to have to pay as much. Because Wentz gets paid 32 mil one year, then the next year you've got to pay more than the previous guy got paid.
Right.
So that's the issue with this is it's a lot of money, especially for the Cowboys situation, paying Zeke, Dak, and Amari. I know we've talked about this a lot, but this is just something that continues to be the center of attention.
Yeah, I just don't know where this is going to go. As a Dallas Cowboys fan, this is a little disheartening for me because we have a lot of drama, a lot of news stories, not a lot of action.
Yeah.
We have a lot of what ifs, maybes, and is this going to happen? Is this not going to happen? Who's going to be starting this year? Who's going to be playing what position?
Yeah.
Is Zeke coming back from Cabo on time? Is Dak getting paid? I mean, as a Dallas Cowboys fan, that's got to have you stressed out anytime you think about the year because all of the predictions this far until all this stuff started happening showed us having a great year. And now, I don't know.
The one thing I can appreciate for Dak doing is actually being at training camp while these negotiations are going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Jerry is kind of using this as like a middle finger in the sense of like saying, well, Dak's at least here negotiating his contract while he's doing this, while Zeke, you're out there. But I don't think this is going to work out completely for everybody. I mean, I feel like Dak's going to get paid, and if I had to take a guess, I think it's going to be about 33 to 34 million per year on average. If I had to guess where he was going to get paid. But he's there. I don't know if they're going to pay Zeke or not. They want to pay all three, but the issue is with these players, they all make each other better. Would you agree that Dak can't do it by himself?
I have said that before on this channel.
Okay.
Dak needs his teammates, and especially those like Zeke and Amari Cooper. He relies heavily on those kinds of people.
They all elevate each other.
We saw what happened whenever Zeke had the scandal and he missed so many games.
Yeah.
Dallas had a terrible record during that time frame.
Yeah.
He could not pull it off without the people he trusted in and relied on because they share that energy.
And this is just me not trying to be hatred and trying to stay unbiased in this, but they all do elevate each other and make each other better. And the best shot for them to win a Super Bowl is to pay them all. I know that that's very hard in the economic standpoint to continue to do this, especially when you have to have those offensive linemen paid. That's some of the top, that's where your money needs to be spent, is to build that line, because then you can have less talent in the back. But if they're going to make that push, and I think the thing is, for Garrett this year, I think he's been told, you have to make the NFC Championship if you're going to keep your job. At this point, either NFC Championship is your bottom line. So a lot's going to be coming out of the Cowboys, and hey, it's America's favorite team, apparently.
It's my favorite team.
The thing is you either love the Cowboys or you hate them. There's no in between. That's why everybody likes talking about the Cowboys, because of such. But
Yeah, so I'm excited to see, but also scared to see what happens there as a fan. We'll see moving forward, what kind of deals they make in Dallas. But let's move on to the Colts.
Let's do it.
It looks like, unfortunately, and this one really breaks my heart, Andrew Luck has been injured.
This is one of the things I do feel bad. He's one of the nicest guys in the league. He's a very, like, have you ever seen the NFL things where it's like the cartoon version, the Gridiron Heights? He's always like, one of my favorite parts was it was him and Luke Kuechly, and Luke Kuechly tackles him, and he's like, Luke Kuechly's like, oh, what a great tackle. And he's like, good job being tackled. They're just like really good. They're really good guys, They're the ones. I don't know if you ever know this too. Every time Andrew Luck's like sacked or something, like, hey, good job, man. You did a good tackle there. That was good. And he's just like, when you're told that, like, defensive linemen have been like, this is crazy. But
thanks for mauling me.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you inflicting pain on me.
But who knows? Maybe it lets him up. But like, that's one of the things is I know that it can be this certain demeanor of players that miss a lot. They can be injury prone. And that's not always the case where players will like, that's the thing that I hate is like a player will miss something because they're sick and they're like, oh, they're injury prone. But the thing with Andrew Luck is I do feel like he is because he's been hurt so many times. And all I've heard for years is, oh, when he comes back, he's going to be this great. He's a great quarterback, but like he takes so much injury.
Mm-hmm.
We've not got to see the full potential of Andrew Luck. And it's just at a certain point, like, I feel for the Colts. Like, they've put so much into him.
Mm-hmm.
They've invested so much into him. He's a great quarterback and he won comeback player. I mean, last year, he was MVP caliber towards the end of the season. Of course, he didn't play the whole time or they would have done better. But, like, if he's going to keep – and this was a high ankle sprain, by the way. It was like one of the little bones. His guy said that it was a little bone. He said, quote, he was like, it's a little bone. I don't know much about this stuff. It's a little bone. That was what he said. But and they're saying that he may not even make it to week 1 this year.
That's a bad start for a team.
Especially for the Colts. I mean, they've had so much ever since like Peyton was gone. Like Andrew Luck was a great replacement, but if he can't stay healthy, like this is like the Carson Wentz sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because Carson Wentz, I feel like sometimes that's the NFC East. It all relies on the health of Carson Wentz to me. Because I feel like the Eagles have one of the best overall rosters
in football.
And I think that they have the potential to be back to the Super Bowl. But if Carson Wentz can't stay healthy, there's no Foles.
Yeah, there's no Nick Foles to bail him out. And, there's really nobody to bail out the Indianapolis Colts here. So
no, unfortunately, they've tried that before with Jacob Brissett and such, but I don't even think he's there that anymore. I can't remember. Maybe he's with the Steelers or the Patriots. I didn't look that up. I can't remember where he went. It's been a crazy offseason. But, yeah, I don't think they have a solid backup because they put so much into Luck.
Yeah, I hope that he gets to feeling better sooner. He can be there for that week 1 game because they really need him. I understand the time and energy and money they've put into Andrew Luck. I would have wanted Andrew Luck in the first round of that draft, like by far, if I was an owner. But let's just hope that he can stay healthy and move forward for the season. I'd really like to see a good full season out of Andrew Luck.
I would too. I was looking forward to some Deshaun Watson versus Andrew Luck since they play twice a year, but unfortunately, hopefully we'll get that this year, but we will see in the coming weeks.
And lastly, let's move out of the NFL here. We've got a little bit of news coming from soccer, football, as everyone else calls it. And it's about Neymar and a potential transfer.
Yeah, so the transfer market is open in Spain, and there's a lot of conversation of where he would go. So it's El Clasico, but in the transfer window. So we've got Real Madrid and Barcelona fighting each other to try to get a piece of Neymar. So the biggest thing about that is how is it going to play out? Because you have Real Madrid's players such as like Marcelo, who is Brazilian, Neymar, Brazilian. They've been in talks like, hey, man, if you come play here, like they're trying to pull the card. You left Barcelona on bad terms, so like if you go back there, the fans aren't going to like you as much. Come to Real Madrid. We're the rival. All the fans were glad that you left, and we'll embrace you even more. And then on the other side, you have Barcelona says, oh, we'll accept you again. And the most latest news reported from CBS shows that Barcelona has rumored to have offered Felipe Coutinho $112 million and another player. They haven't disclosed who the other player is yet, and there's certain speculation. Of course, it's just a rumor, but that's what is projected to be the most likely outcome of the situation, because Real Madrid may not be able to pay the transfer, which I think last time was $221 million, which is ridiculous.
That's so much money.
And that's a lot of money. Now, as a Real Madrid fan, I don't know if I want Neymar. I mean, he's a great player and everything like that. There's a negative just a thing that's associated with Neymar, and he's considered to dive a lot. Diving determined as someone who goes down easily, like try to draw a penalty, like flopping or something like that. It's called diving, and I've heard him called a dolphin, and stuff like that. That's just an example of some of the stuff that they've talked about, and that's one of the things with Neymar is like there's a negative demeanor with him as well. I don't know if I want that under the Real Madrid brand.
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to draw comparisons to what knowledge I do have, I cannot stand when we sign negative players in Dallas, and we're known for it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've had people who are showboats, people who are negative, like Greg Hardy, as an example. Even, I'll go as far as Terrell Owens, because he was a spotlight hog, and he liked to cause controversy, even when he was a 49er. You know, I mean, so that kind of stuff, while it can be fun to watch on TV, brings a negative context to the locker room and kind of hurts the synergy of the team. So I can see where you're coming from. I
think that he needs to go back, just because he's in Paris Saint-Germain currently, and that's turned into Kylian Mbappe's team. And because Mbappe is the future, and like everybody loves and embraces him, but like even in Paris Saint-Germain, they don't like him much. And he's been kind of injury prone as well. He's missed a lot of time from being injured. So it's going to do more benefit for him to be under Real Madrid, Barcelona. If he goes to Barcelona, he's going to be in the shadow of Messi until he left Barcelona to get out of the shadow of Messi. But if he goes back, he's going to be in that shadow for a little bit longer, because Messi's still going to play for a little longer. I'm not sure how much longer the time is ticking on him. But Real Madrid's kind of open. That's kind of, if he's wanting that bad, I don't know if he could transfer. I don't know how much he has to say of this. I think it's just Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Madrid. I think he does have a pretty good say in this, but if he doesn't want to be in that shadow, there's a lot of opportunity in Real Madrid to be the star with Ronaldo gone, and Hazard might be, but it's a very open slot.
Yeah, well, that's very interesting, and we look forward to seeing how that'll play out. We're definitely going to cover those stories, each one we talked about today. If there are any updates, we'll let you guys know either on this segment or in a breaking news segment later. But let us know what we should have covered today if we missed any news stories. Let us know if there's anything that you found interesting or anything you want us to cover in the future. We definitely want you to hit that like button if you like the video. Don't forget to comment down below to start a discussion, and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. That way you know as soon as our videos are uploaded. We do have daily uploads, so
as well as breaking news, so you want to get it first, make sure the notification bell is on.
Yep, absolutely. And until the next one, thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.